Hello and welcome to tonight's stream of Hogwarts Legacy. We're starting with the Sebastian questline.
What were you and Ominous speaking about?
He's being ridiculous. Apparently Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here in Hogwarts. Ominous swears it was used for the dark arts, so he wants nothing to do with it. I reminded him that Anne needs a cure. This scriptorium could hold the answers we need.
I'm curious.
The dark arts do pique my interest.
There's more to dark magic than people realize. The Gaunts know this. Better than most. Perhaps I've spoken out of turn. Ominous's family history is personal to him.
I understand. You needn't tell me if you don't want to.
If I were you, I'd be begging for more details.
It's not that I'm not interested. And you can certainly trust me if you want to tell me anything.
Ominous learned dark magic from his parents. Are you familiar with the Cruciatus curse?
I'm
what does
not.
the Cruciatus curse do?
It's known as the torture curse. Crucio. It inflicts intense, excruciating pain on the victim. Apparently, his parents and older siblings had no qualms about casting it on muggles for sport. Ominous described the sound of the victim's cries as horrific, so the first time he was asked to cast it himself as a child, he couldn't bring himself to do it. As punishment, his family cast it on him. The anguish was so bad that when asked to cast it again, he relented. I have repeatedly assured Ominous that he did what he had to, but he still hasn't forgiven himself.
He had no
How
choice.
horrible. Poor Ominous. He was only a child. He shouldn't blame himself.
After that incident, the rift between Ominous and his family only grew. That is until I came along. Every moment he isn't at Hogwarts, he's with us in Feldcroft. Ominous trusts me. And more often than not, he winds up listening to me. I'll remind him of that when I follow up about the scriptorium. Watch for my owl. I'll have news soon enough. I'll make Ominous understand. He'll change his mind.
Okay.
Said that travel broadens the mind.
Let's go do this main quest. We'll meet with Poppy.
We'll reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Revelio.
There's a flute powder I'm missing over here, but
Is Highwing all right? Natty told me what the two of you did.
Highwing's fine. I'm keeping an eye on her. She's safe, Poppy, I promise.
Good. Whatever the poachers are up to, I want Highwing far from it.
You said you had news about the poachers, and that some of it had to do with me.
It did. I overheard them talking in the Hogshead, and did you know that they have orders from Victor Rookwood to capture you on sight? Does this have anything to do with Rookwood and Harlow coming for you in the Three Broomsticks after the troll attack?
It does, somewhat. But at the moment, I'm more concerned about what else you heard the poachers are up to.
Fair enough. But I hope you'll let me know if I can be of help, especially after what you did for Highwing. Does the name Horntail Hall mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not. Why? What is it?
The poacher's best kept secret, apparently. The name came up twice, but they never went into detail. I also overheard one of them bragging about all the gold they're making, at the expense of innocent creatures, undoubtedly. The poacher spoke of this area, and I thought if we searched around a bit, it might give us clues as to what they're doing. If you ever meet my gran, this trip never happened.
Not to worry, Poppy. If I ever meet your gran, I shall not speak a word of this.
I normally tell her everything. She might be my best friend after Highwing, but she knows how I feel about the poachers. I think she worries I'll do something ill-advised.
Whatever gave her that idea?
This way. A centaur. Tread carefully.
An entire castle to roam, yet you choose to wander here.
Yep.
Please, we don't want
I like
any
it here.
trouble. We're simply passing through.
Do you take us for fools? That we do not notice more and more of your kind around here, in league with the poachers?
We aren't involved with them. If anything, we want to see them stopped.
I hope for your sake that is true. Our kind is swiftly losing patience with the poachers and those they work with.
He was certainly a charmer.
That could have gone worse. Centaurs aren't exactly fans of wizard kind, and the poachers aren't helping matters.
But why would he think that we had anything to do with poachers?
I did notice the poachers talking with a few villagers in Hogsmeade. I'm not sure why. Perhaps that's why the centaurs are suspicious. That's the third time I've seen a dugbog behave that violently.
It seems that a lot of beasts have been more aggressive than usual lately.
I've noticed that too. It's almost like there's something in the water.
It's in the air, not the water.
This is odd.
What is it?
Not entirely sure, but look around. If the poachers were here, perhaps we can find out why.
Why wouldn't they take their cages with them when they left?
The centaurs dealt with them.
Pelts. Poor beasts. Still smoking. They can't have been gone long. This is goblin metal. Seems out of place in a poacher camp. I should tell Poppy about it.
Anything interesting?
Goblin metal.
Poachers were here. All sorts of evidence. But I found something else. It's goblin made.
I found goblin armor. Let's keep searching, but carefully. Merlin only knows what's going on here. I don't have a good feeling about this. How do goblin and poacher interests align?
Look, down there.
Definitely poachers. No creatures, though. So what are they doing out here?
Let's take a closer look.
They won't be happy to see us. Should we use disillusionment? Or perhaps a less discreet approach?
Hard to say from up here. Let's get a better lay of the land.
Now we're going in guns blazing.
Accio! Incendio! Confringo!
That was a mistake. Incendio!
Flipendo!
Protego! Levioso! Incendio!
Pussy with your skills, aren't you,
Accio!
sweetheart?
Confringo!
Potato! That's proper food, that is.
Let's get some cabbages going.
Not your best!
Oh, what's the light go out of your eyes? It's Cindy Cross! Hell, wait.
Accio! Incendio! Confringo! Accio!
Levioso!
Merlin, you'd think they were guarding the Minister for Magic himself. What is going
Revelio.
on here?
Only one way to find out.
Enter poacher tent.
What in Merlin's name?
Are those dragons?
Fighting dragons.
It's a dragon fighting ring. This is Horntail Hall.
The name makes sense now, and the secrecy.
No wonder the poachers were in Hogsmeade so much. Likely taking bets and spreading the word, given how crowded it is here. How could they possibly enjoy this? The centaurs have every right to be disgusted with wizard kind. There must be more dragons here. The poachers are far too greedy to run a fighting ring with only 2 dragons. We should take advantage of most eyes being in the fight and look around. But be discreet. You especially can't afford to be spotted. That's it.
Don't know what Victor was thinking, striking a bargain with them. Have you heard from your family? Has either of your brothers come round to our way of thinking? Will they join us?
Dad, I say we go too far. The violence isn't gonna get us what we want. I say, if every last wizard is run through with a blade, then violence is gonna get me precisely what I want.
Sickens me to work alongside any of them. Don't know how Ramrock's stomach's being near Rookwood. Foul beast.
Not much longer now. Soon our necks will be out from under wizarding boots.
See if we can sneak through here.
Will pay for what they've done.
Shan't be having none of your nonsense. Do me like that again and you'll soon find yourself with now the poachers at your back.
Did you hear those goblins? Ramrock and the poachers must be working together.
Poppy, something's going on behind you.
What's going on down there? They must have only just captured her. She's putting up quite the fight.
Not a fair one, though. Not with her chained up like that.
Let's even her odds, shall we?
Reach the captive dragon.
Look, they've got a dragon egg. Hebridean from the looks of it. We can't leave it here, not with the plans they likely have for it.
Okay, I wasn't gonna leave the dragon egg.
Hello, Hamora.
You can let me walk.
All right, I have the egg.
Ready. The element of surprise will only buy us a few seconds.
Let's make them count.
One foot in front of the next.
Careful! Ramrock will want his dragon intact. No mercy. Ready to fight.
Can I release the dragon? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay.
Expelliarmus! Let me out, go! Here, I find you!
Rebellion.
Right, look. Let me out, go!
Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
Like to put the dragons, do you?
Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
Let me out, go! Hold still!
Who's that?
You're the one we're looking
A
for,
poacher.
and you brought a friend. Careful.
Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
See how you like this?
Patience does not belong in battle.
Accio.
You're making fun of my vegetation.
Correct. No. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy it. You're putting me to sleep. I'm embarrassed for you. Is that the best you can do? Let me out, go!
No patience.
Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
Let me out, go!
Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
Let me out, go!
Accio. Incendio.
What's Poppy doing? Just
We
floating
don't
the
have
whole time?
We need to free her now before more show up.
Accio.
What I tried to do the last time.
This may have been a bad idea.
I suppose we'll find out.
She's thrilled to be that close to dragon.
Incendio. This way.
That was a Hebridean black.
I'm guessing the egg we have belongs to that dragon.
I don't think she knew they had her egg. She wouldn't have left without it.
What now? She didn't exactly leave us a calling card.
I don't know. Nothing about this day was expected. Not the goblins, and definitely not the fighting ring. The last thing I planned on was a dragon egg. And the poachers saw us, which cannot be good.
We aren't helping ourselves standing here. Let's get to safety. We can sort this out later.
You're right. If there's anything the poachers are good at, it's tracking their prey. And right now, we're it. Be careful, won't you? I shall see you back at the castle.
The Defender of Dragons.
I pressed Ominous regarding Salazar Slytherin's scriptorium, but my efforts were in vain. Meet me outside the Slytherin common room. We need to talk.
Pop down here first. I think I have some stuff to sell.
Sometimes it seems all right.
Time you learned the transformation spell. After you've completed the required tasks, which I'm certain will prove useful in finishing your field guide, attend my class to learn the new spell. Afterwards, we will discuss your progress thus far in the term.
Let's look at what we have, shall we?
Well, I guess I really didn't have that much.
Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Okay, Slytherin common rooms.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Can we meet at the Three Broomsticks? It may finally be safe since we rescued the dragon from Horntail Hall.
I received your owl. What happened with Ominous?
I told him none of us will be able to avoid dark magic forever. So the more we know about Salazar Slytherin,
See if the
and
door
dark
opens
arts,
again.
the better prepared we'll be. Unfortunately, only a Gaunt's knows the location of the Scriptorium's entrance, and Ominous won't tell me.
Perhaps I should have a chat with Ominous.
You? I suppose it's worth a try. But don't get your hopes up. Ominous is annoyingly stubborn. Nothing new. I know where he is. I'll lead you to him and then leave you to it. Come on. He's this way. Keep an eye out. Never know who's watching. Although that hasn't stopped us before.
Strictly speaking, it has. We were caught.
Damned poltergeist. Such a nuisance. There he is. Good luck.
What are you doing here?
Hello, Ominous. Do you have a moment?
What is it? What have you and Sebastian been up to now?
I owe you an apology, Ominous. I wasn't honest with you before about the Undercroft. Sebastian did show it to me. He wanted me to have a safe place to practice some spells, to try and catch up to the other fifth years. He didn't think you'd mind.
I suppose that makes sense. It's just Sebastian's been pestering me lately about something and I'm frustrated with him.
Don't tell me he's still going on about, what was it, a scriptorium?
He told you about that.
He did. We were talking about our house founder and he mentioned it. Wouldn't say much more, though.
Yes, well, he seems to think it contains the answer to saving Anne. I think it's likely full of dark magic that is better left untouched.
Wait, you've never been inside?
Of course not. I only know about it because of my favorite aunt, Noctua. She thought like I do. Didn't agree with the family on the use of dark magic. In fact, she'd hoped to convince my family that there was more to Salazar Slytherin than worshipping pureblood status. She'd heard of this scriptorium and thought its contents might shed some light on him. She even found the secret entrance
in this very corridor.
She wrote regularly to my father about her efforts to gain access, and then she simply vanished. No one else ever tried to enter.
That's
Understand your caution.
I suppose even if it might lead to answers about what happened to your aunt, it does pose a risk.
Aunt Noctua went down this path with good intentions and lost her life. I don't want the same to happen again.
You don't know that history will repeat itself. Besides, you said your aunt thought like you. This could honor her memory, get you answers about Slytherin and Sebastian answers for Anne. Your aunt pursued this alone. We could do it together.
I see what you've done here, and I confess, you've convinced me. I didn't think it possible. Very well. I shall tell you what I know. Fetch
Sebastian. Here, puppy.
I hope we don't regret this.
Sebastian, over here.
These braziers grant access to the scriptorium.
Now you'll share? You wouldn't tell me when I practically begged.
It wasn't you who told me what I needed to hear. Opening the entrance is
Something's happening.
I hope we're ready for this.
Explore beyond the doorway. I must prove my point. We do not need to use dark arts as my family instructs.
A journal entry, signed by Noctua Gaunt.
Gaunt? Ominous. Your family was here. The rubble formed a relief of a person facing a snake.
That must be the voice I hear. The voice is ancient.
You hear a voice?
It started when you repaired that relief. I hear a whisper saying, "Speak to me." I'm a parcel mouth. I can hear and speak to snakes. Nearly all known parcel mouths are descended from Salazar Slytherin.
I wish all Slytherins could talk to snakes.
You might not want the ability to speak parcel tongue. It's often associated with dark wizards. I haven't spoken it in ages, but I'd wager if I speak it now, the door will open. I'm hoping you're having second thoughts.
None at all.
I see no reason we should stop now.
It's ironic. When I left home, I vowed to leave the dark arts behind, and yet here I am. Stand back. I can't believe I'm doing this.
It worked! Ominous. You possess a rare ability indeed.
Between the two of you, I'm starting to feel left out.
Between the two of us?
Never mind. There's no clear way forward.
Like a maze. Salazar Slytherin most likely wanted this to be difficult to solve.
Confringo!
The door we came from, it closed.
Revelio!
There's more than one gate ahead.
Then look closely at each gate for clues.
Lumos. Revelio. Confringo. The dial requires focus.
Aunt Noctua said the same. It may take practice to solve it. That didn't sound good.
Salazar Slytherin didn't make this easy.
What are you trying to do? Buried the scriptorium deep within Hogwarts. I'm afraid I shall lose my way through these dark corridors. I am a descendant, and yet I feel unwelcome. Lighting these braziers in the corridor is helping. Challenge by challenge, I will make my way through.
This journal entry, it mentions getting lost and being unwelcome.
Poor Aunt Noctua.
Lumos. Another gate.
Seems Slytherin like to play games.
Must run in the family.
Look in a mirror, Sebastian.
This is looking rather dire, isn't it?
You sound surprised. We're in a maze designed by Salazar Slytherin.
Lumos.
Are there symbols in here somewhere?
Revelio.
All the gates have symbols, and there are symbols on the dial.
No, now it's gonna tell me. The gates have symbols? Yeah. The gates have symbols. So it's kind of the moon-looking thing and the snake.
Matching the symbols did open it.
Was about to do that myself.
Lumos.
You got to it first. Nice work.
Revelio. Lumos.
I failed the dial. It struck me in the face. I should not require...
Ominous.
Okay.
Your aunt wanted to change your family's traditions.
She did, and she was my favorite person in the world for it.
Now, what dial does that one correspond to?
Lumos.
Okay, so that one is... I don't know, it's kind of scratched out, but I'm going to call it a cat. And like a Z. Might be that one.
Let's look at the gate and the symbols again.
I saw it.
That sounded promising.
Another dial solved.
Impressive. Nice work.
Lumos.
Extraordinary. This journal is painful but rewarding. I shall soon find the scriptorium and discover untold secrets regarding our house founder.
Noctua references painful and arduous challenges, but also rewards.
Painful. That's the part I'm wary of.
All I have
Revelio.
is rewards. Keep going.
Lumos.
We've got more to solve ahead.
Search each corridor. It may not be obvious which leads where.
So it's the duck and the mountain.
Another welcoming sort, was he?
The duck. Mountain.
Excellent work. We're another step closer to the scriptorium.
Lumos.
Does
I spotted
scriptorium
something
have
ahead.
lights in it?
Looks troubling. The gate! I think we're locked in.
Revelio.
Again.
Then Salazar Slytherin is not
Lumos.
yet finished with us.
This is her last note. I've lost hope. I'm locked in. I heard a scream and saw tortured faces. The only way forward is with an unforgivable curse. Even if I wanted to cast it, I have no one upon whom to do so.
Ominous. Her skeleton. And Noctua's last journal entry. She mentions being trapped here, blocked by an unforgivable curse.
This is where she died. This is where we'll die. I shouldn't have listened to either of you.
Ominous, I'm truly sorry about your aunt. But I know what to do. It's going to be difficult.
You said you know what to do.
Tortured faces on the door and crucios etched into the stone. My guess is if we cast the Cruciatus curse, the door will open. That's why Noctua died.
And
She
he
had no
just
one
happens
cast
to
the
know
curse
it.
on. Ominous has the most experience with this. He should cast it. You seem to be in Ominous's favor. Will you ask him about this?
I'd rather
You
you
know him
ask
better
him.
than I do.
Very well. Wish me luck. Wish we had some liquid luck. Ominous, I know this is the last thing you want to do.
Yes, it is. I thought you knew me better.
But this is different. Whoever you cast it upon would have agreed to it first. It wouldn't be an innocent victim. We have to open the door.
The spell won't work unless you mean it. That's true of all unforgivables. If it must be done, then one of you must cast it.
What do we do now? Ominous is not going to cast the Cruciatus curse again.
Ridiculous. As if dying in here is a better option than casting a damned spell. It's up to us. I can teach you Crucio, or I can cast it on you.
Wait, you didn't say you knew how to cast Crucio?
Because I'm not sure I do. Ominous knows that, yet he's left us no choice. I don't yearn to follow in Noctua Gaunt's footsteps. I think I can cast it if I have to.
I want to learn the Cruciatus curse, but you must cast
I
it
want
on
to learn
me.
the curse, but I won't cast it on you. You need to cast it on me.
I shan't forget this. Ready?
I'm ready.
It stings a little bit.
Are you all right?
That pain, it was excruciating. But I'll survive. Let's keep moving.
We made it. We found Salazar Slytherin's scriptorium.
I can't believe we're here.
Sebastian, Ominous. There's a book just here.
You found something.
You two go ahead. Let me know what's in it. I'll wander around a bit.
May I have a look?
What do you think?
Looks like a spell book of some kind. This is incredible. A Hogwarts founder's possession. What an honor. Still can't believe Ominous never told me about his aunt and what she found.
What will you do with Slytherin's spellbook?
What I do with every book. Read it. Having professors as parents ingrained that habit early on. But I can do that later. For now, I say we explore this room. It's breathtaking.
I've been getting an uneasy feeling about this place. We shouldn't linger here. Let's find a way out, please.
I don't want to leave, but I owe you. Both of you. Without both of
Revelio.
you, we'd never have made it this far.
We were lucky. We could have died. We must swear never to do this again.
He's talking about the basilisk. I fear we shall never come to an accord. I cannot persuade even one of them to listen to reason.
I see a
I
way
dared
out.
hope that
Best
Godric's
news I've heard
thoughts
all
were
day.
aligned with my own. He's going to put the creature into deep sleep in its chamber until it can be awakened by one who shares my views.
Revelio.
Slytherin Dungeon.
Ominous. About your aunt.
Please, Sebastian. I meant what I said before. We swear, right now, never to engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
Understood. I'm truly sorry about your aunt, Ominous.
I suppose after all this, I am grateful to know what happened to her. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. That one's done. Complete Professor Weasley's assignment is my main quest line. So I guess we're gonna go do that. We'll start at the boathouse. Well, let me fly in here.
Revelio. So this is the underground harbor.
One of these eyeball chests. You have to sneak up on them.
Revelio.
Oh, it's on the other side.
Revelio.
Okay, and then the other one's in the library. We should be able to fast travel there. Thought there was a fast travel right to the library. Right here. I found it. I thought I ran around in here and collected them all. It's funny how you, like, there's so many different collectibles in the game that you're bound to miss some.
That book Professor Weasley asked me to...
Looking for the book Intermediate Transfiguring.
Revelio.
Yes.
Professor Weasley asked me to, get something from that book. May I have it?
Did she now? I'll give you this book if you humor me by answering a few questions from my quiz.
Quiz?
Some people call bits of knowledge trivia. I would argue that no knowledge is trivial. Hence, I have created a small quiz, just for fun, focusing mainly on the lore of the wizarding world. None of the other students will try it, no matter how many times I ask. They all say they have enough with schoolwork. Ugh, they don't value knowledge the way I do. Surely you're interested. I'll even start you off with a few of my easiest questions.
A quiz sounds like fun.
Splendid! Just a few questions, and then I'll hand over this book. Let us begin. Before the invention of the golden snitch, which magical creature was used in a game of Quidditch?
Oh. The snake bird.
The snake bird?
No. Incorrect. The answer was the golden snidget. The snidget was first introduced to Quidditch in 1269 by a wizard named Barbarous Bragg. Sadly, they're thought to be extinct.
That was an easy question.
Which potion is commonly referred to as liquid luck?
It's the Felix one, I believe. Yeah.
Felix Felicis.
Well done. Since it makes the drinker temporarily lucky, Felix Felicis is a banned substance in all organized competitions. The tale of the three brothers involves which magical artifacts?
Deathly Hallows.
The Deathly Hallows.
Correct. According to Beadle the Bard, the Deathly Hallows consists of the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the Cloak of Invisibility. Which ball in Quidditch is the largest?
I think it's the quaffle.
The quaffle.
That's right. When a chaser throws the quaffle through one of 3 hoops in a Quidditch match, their team is awarded 10 points. True or false? Polyjuice Potion allows the drinker to change species.
True.
Actually, the answer was false. While Polyjuice Potion can be used to change things such as age or race, it cannot be used to change species. Well, I suppose this has gone on long enough. I'll put the book back on the pedestal now. If you're inclined to test your knowledge again, I have plenty more
But how does she
questions I
turn
can
into a
ask you.
cat in the movies?
And I won't be giving you any more easy questions either. The next ones will be more difficult.
I'm sorry. I don't have time for a quiz at the moment.
Let me know if you change your mind. I put the book back on the pedestal for you.
Revelio ought to make quick work of this. Professor Weasley's tasks are complete. I should attend Transfiguration.
Okay. Let's attend our class.
Oh dear, do mind the tiles. Some of them can be missed.
142 staircases.
Yeah, I should have traveled to the Transfiguration
Oh,
courtyard.
hello.
Now we'll just wait here.
Studying Salazar Slytherin's spellbook. Meet me in the Undercroft. I found something.
Revelio.
Settle down, settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it Could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do. Beautifully done.
The Spellmaster.
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor?
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed, and frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
Thank you, Professor. The extra assignments have been helpful.
As I suspected they would be. Now, it seems you've been making good use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. I've heard that you were able to grow a venomous tentacula. Growing such a magical plant is an accomplishment of which you can be quite proud.
Thank you, Professor.
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumors of your extracurricular activities. Were your meetings with Professor Black's house elf and exploration of various caves down by the lake connected in any way to Professor Fig?
None at all.
Not at all. I was, intrigued by stories of a giant squid and wanted to learn more. I encountered Scrope, who seemed delighted to share what he knew.
Look at him bugging out in the
I
background.
admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in no time, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OWLs. I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exams. Until then, well done. You are dismissed.
Okay. So Sebastian wanted us to meet in the Undercroft.
You can't imagine how
But I have another idea. I think we may be able to find what we need at a goblin mine south of Hogwarts. Meet me there, and bring someone who speaks gobbledygook.
I remember our meet mentioning something about gobbledygook.
You'll never believe what I've...
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
It was hard to do, but casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else.
What did you
References
find?
to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially ominous. He wouldn't understand.
I won't
I
say a
see no
word.
reason to involve Ominous.
I'm glad you agree. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
I am not letting this go.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I know what I heard. You knew I wouldn't agree with this. Going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
What
I
happened
knew
to
his
his parents?
died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
Those references in the book seem promising.
Everything to do with Salazar Slytherin seems promising until it's too late. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further, but if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
Meet Sebastian by the Overlook. Let's go ahead and do that one.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Anne is getting worse. If there is any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it. I'm requesting your help. Meet me outside of Feldcroft, near the catacomb.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so distracted by the scriptorium and Slytherin's book that I'd almost forgotten what it was that had struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
Oh, we deal
We need
blows.
to see what they're doing. I say we take them head on. Let's bury some enemies.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
After you.
No, it won't let me fly. I guess it's just right down here.
There they are up ahead.
I'll let you lead.
The area's still clear.
No one enters this mine.
Oh. Before we go in there, I want to go into talents. I think it's spells. Yeah. I think that's the only one I want. Make some exploding barrels.
Tries.
Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
That was unimpressive.
You do that!
I should have been
Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
Your acrobatics will only postpone the inevitable.
Incendio. Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
Did we get them all?
Revelio. Accio. Incendio. Confringo. Revelio.
Those ones always have a upgrade for your armor in them. The ones you build with the loom.
This is going well.
We make a good team.
We do at that.
Once
We
again,
do at
we
that.
can fight our way through or be discreet.
You know which one I'd choose.
Accio. Confringo. Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
Don't do that again, I beg you! I could do this for hours! I won't rest.
Accio. Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
And the fun is over.
And the fun is
a relative
over.
term.
It is. And that was relatively fun.
Revelio.
I missed one over here. Man.
I should tell you. Rumor is this mine was closed long ago due to an infestation of spiders.
How nice. Nothing I haven't seen before.
That's the spirit.
I imagine it has a goblin problem now.
I have a brother who works at Gringotts. Couldn't pay me enough to sit behind a desk.
For better or for worse, we're in.
I won't rest.
Incendio. This mine looks like a tomb.
It was closed after accidents were reported. Now I see why.
Search for the
I
rune
don't see any
symbol.
goblins in these webs.
Too disgusting for even a spider to prey on.
You will regret coming here.
Accio. Incendio.
No! I will make you. I will.
Accio.
How many
beasts are in here?
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want. Accio! Wingardium Leviosa!
That works.
Revelio! Confringo! Incendio!
It still says there's a chest.
Revelio! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or the soulless eyes, or any number of endearing. Should have thought to conjure stairs.
Reparo! Revelio! Confringo!
Quite the cave.
Revelio!
It's a spider.
Accio! Incendio! Confringo! Accio! Incendio! Confringo! Revelio!
World of another spider. I shall sleep better tonight. We're making quick work of them.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
She would at that. Ranrock's loyalists have all but declared war.
Incendio! Confringo!
Can't miss those 21 coins.
We've still not seen a single rune symbol.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
An unwelcome distraction at that.
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not surprised?
Feels like I've been at this for
Accio! Incendio! Confringo!
I won't rest until...
Well, I didn't want to throw it at the same ones.
Accio! Confringo! Accio! Incendio! Confringo! Accio!
I will make you pay.
Accio! Incendio! Confringo! We're not finished yet.
It's almost as if they were waiting.
Incendio! Accio! Confringo!
I think it's time for some cabbages.
Revelio.
Confringo.
Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
Certainly cleared the room.
I don't know why Gryffindors get credit for bravery. We Slytherins are teeming with it.
And we're much more fun to
Revelio.
fight with.
Confringo. Revelio.
Now.
Accio.
Have a look around. Peace.
Wingardium Leviosa.
I don't think that's where that was supposed to go.
Confringo.
Okay. Oh, there's the other. There's the third one.
A rune symbol above the cavern door. Ranrock's loyalists never knew to look for it.
Did I get the door? I did.
Revelio.
Explore the chamber. The world floated back to me, as if in watery haze. How long had I been unconscious? Empty. His eyes were empty.
What do you have there?
A journal entry by Sebastian. I think I found
It will
something.
help us unravel
A
more of
canvas
this mystery.
piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, something about this place feels odd.
Check on Sebastian.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganach was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft, and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols? And ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the Keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
Here's are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and to Hogwarts.
Unless we can find another passageway to the Undercroft.
Yeah, we found one.
Let's have a look around.
Use the magic passageway.
And now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit. Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble. I know that
Of course.
coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Marrenweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
Someone who knows Ranrock personally. They asked me not to mention their name to anyone.
A goblin? Tell me I'm wrong. You know goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do, but not all goblins are...
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
You're not
you don't
thinking
know what you're
straight.
saying. Take a breath for a moment.
Oh, I know precisely what I'm saying. Unbelievable.
Okay. Now we need to find a mitt. Of course, he's in the astronomy tower.
My friends and I live.
For I can't wait to watch you try.
Hello there. Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. Well, might this be...
Yeah, it always is with
I
me.
think he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
Lodgok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
Okay. Hopefully we have a fast travel point there. Nope. Yeah, one down here though.
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
When do I get my next broom upgrade? That's what I want.
A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
But he had no
How
choice.
else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metalworker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals. Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle?
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But he's...
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Gok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Well, yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lodgok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen, either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
I'll meet and I can
I'm
do
not
this.
supposed to be seen. I'm pretty bad at that.
I shall see you soon.
The door is looking at us.
Clever.
I have to sneak to even get in the front door. The mind's eye.
Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected. Right. Don't wish to be seen, do we? I cannot believe I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
I still can't believe we're inside a real goblin mine.
Well, we are, so believe it.
I've read about mines like this, but seeing one is something else altogether.
Such arrogance.
I can't pull myself. There it goes.
We need to be careful. As I'm sure you know, not all goblins are as friendly as Lodgok, to say the least.
Watch your step round here.
Accio!
Send it. I won't rest. Rather unwise, but let's your best. Let's get this over with. What's that you
Accio!
Find him! I won't rest.
Accio! Incendio!
That was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us through here safely, Amit. You have my word.
The door's watching me.
I'm quite good at sneaking about. You'll see.
We're being
I'm not
watched
very good at it.
by a door.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around, Amit. See if we can find any plans.
There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
I'm over hiding.
Revelio.
Wingardium Leviosa.
How
prepare.
nice of you to stop by.
Accio!
Did it.
Fascinating to see gobbledygook written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
There has to be another way. Door I missed somewhere.
Revelio.
Right here.
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
Accio! Incendio! Confringo!
Rather unwise coming back this way. I'm dead. Let's get this over with. Put me down!
Accio! Incendio! Confringo! Accio! Confringo!
Oh, this really is too much.
Stay close.
Too much for
I've
him.
handled much worse.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than I had expected.
Another schematic. What are they going to build? This mine is too small for whatever it is.
Confringo! Accio!
Devil's snare. Nasty stuff if we're not careful.
Not an entanglement we need right now.
Lumos!
If I can hit the right button. Really need Dittany.
Revelio. Lumos.
Lumos!
What an unfortunate disappointment!
Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
You're so very weak.
Incendio. Accio. Confringo.
I will make you. I won't.
Descendo!
Accio. Incendio.
Kill spells glance off of me.
Confringo.
I've been fighting since before you were born.
Descendo!
Accio.
I won't.
Accio. Incendio.
Got him.
How many of them are there?
That should be the last of them, I'll meet.
Your gear slots are full. Of course they are.
Accio.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills.
Enormous
Bigger than
drills.
this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found.
Oh. Open another lift.
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here.
Well, I don't have any gear slots, so.
We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed.
And we're out.
Can we please talk?
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further ado, adieu.
I found the plans.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it.
Miriam, I believe her name was.
She wanted to work together.
Miriam?
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch when I heard she had been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
Quest complete. Meet Sebastian at the catacomb. Whoops. No, out here. Of course I don't have that one.
Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
Wonder where they're off to in front.
Mysterious and a bit unsettling. What to do?
You're here. Good.
I am here.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned.
I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
Let's
I'm
explore.
ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't. I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do. I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb.
Let's find out.
I'm sure that
No, although I should have sold stuff.
Success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Incendio. Fringo. Confringo.
Oop.
At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Accio. Perhaps that was it. And the rest of the tomb will be insect-free.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, spiders aren't insects.
Don't start.
Accio.
We're here for a reason. I'd say opening them all is justified. This room is taller than it looks.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Finding a chest in an inconspicuous loft. Brilliant.
Accio. Incendio. Confringo. Accio. Incendio. Confringo. Confringo. Accio. Confringo. Accio.
I'm a grave robber now.
Now this is the sort of grave room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some. Even an altar with a pile of bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd. There's something here by the altar. Accio! Accio! Incendio! Confringo!
We've rid the world of another spider. I shall
Accio! Confringo!
I foolishly mentioned the relic in my report and was reminded to leave it where it lay. But research must come before my fealty to the rules. Therefore, when no one was looking, I acted. I conjured 2 barricades to isolate the relic.
What did you find?
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. I have the report if you want to have a look. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades. I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperius Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
I'll get started.
I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined. Look, bones stacked oddly on either side of this archway.
Leave no stone unturned. Or in this case, no bone. Wingardium Leviosa!
If this archway's been barricaded, we can find a way through.
Wingardium Leviosa! Leviosa! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa!
No. You do have to bring them over here.
Wingardium Leviosa! Accio! We're in a tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory.
Your gear slots are full. Yep, I know.
You've done it.
And the door opens.
I knew we'd get through. I felt it in my bones.
Nice.
Before we trudge on further, I've just realized something.
You don't like spiders?
The student's diary mentions the Imperius Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
It's probably
teach
wise
it to
to
me.
know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries. Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell to master. we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Accio! Incendio! Confringo! Accio! Incendio! Confringo! Incendio! Accio!
Another barricade. Considering how well you did on the last one, this should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
I try.
Accio!
Do you have to pull them all at once?
Confringo! Accio! Incendio! Confringo! Accio! Incendio! Confringo! Accio! Incendio! Confringo! Confringo! Incendio!
Well,
Revelio. Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
I'm on the wrong spell set.
Never knew spiders could make such a mess.
Bit dramatic, isn't it?
Incendio. Confringo. Accio. Confringo. Accio.
Okay. Find a way through the barricade.
That worked. Keep going.
Accio.
Well, what part of it worked? Oh, I see the symbols on the doors. Okay. So, like, that door has this triangle
Accio.
and one of the circle things. That circle thing.
Guardian Leviosa.
And this door is
Accio.
another pile of
Guardian
bones there.
Leviosa.
You
Well, I
are
still want
head and
that door.
shoulders above these bones. Nicely done.
Accio.
be those two.
I see why Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place.
Defeat the spiders.
Incendio! Confringo! Accio! Incendio!
Cabbages!
Accio! Incendio! Confringo! For a moment there, I thought that'd never end.
Yeah, that was a lot of spiders. I think that was my last cabbages, too.
Confringo! Accio!
Dead end. Lovely. All that for nothing.
Hold on. Don't give up yet.
The relic contains abundant potential. But dark sacrifice involved to realize its intent may be too great. Please do not remove this relic.
Sebastian! The relic! Look!
Could it be?
The note and rendition of the relic. It matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea, but we're here for the relic.
We
I'm
need
willing
that
to
relic.
Ignore what the journal entry says. We're taking the relic.
Agreed. This is meant to be. For Anne's sake, I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft. I must keep this relic secret, especially from my uncle. Is that ominous? Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine, but Ominous knows. I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
Persuade Ominous.
How much did you hear?
Everything. I heard you encourage Sebastian to take the relic.
Sebastian's done his research. He knows what he's doing.
Sebastian makes things sound easy when they could be impossible or dangerous. We need to stop him.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
Sebastian's
right. We need that relic.
I'm sorry. My mind is made up.
Are you willing to sacrifice your friendship over this?
I might be. How could I choose to stand by and watch him do this?
What if the choice wasn't yours? You wouldn't be to blame for what happens.
What in the world are you suggesting? Imperio?
That's what I'm saying. I would take all responsibility. This could save your friendship. I know how to cast it. Sebastian taught me. But I won't do it unless you agree.
This is insanity. I can't believe you would ask this of me.
Sebastian is never going to give up trying to cure Anne. If you try and stop him now, he'll never forgive you.
Fine. This is unfathomable. But I suppose if you want that responsibility, it may just save what is left of my friendship with Sebastian. Remember, this is what I was telling you about the dark arts. They come with a cost. You may well regret making this choice. Do what you have to do. Cast it. Before I change my mind.
Imperio! Step aside, Ominous. Stay in place until we're out of sight.
I will.
Sebastian, come on.
What did you do?
Imperio. It was the only way to get out of here without a fight.
Ominous, I'm sorry.
Sebastian, we have to go.
Leave the catacombs. I made a wrong turn.
Did we do the wrong thing?
You need the relic.
I know. But not like this.
Ominous and I agreed. Surely there's a difference between casting Imperio on someone without their knowledge and casting it with permission.
I understand what you're saying. I do, but...
I've taken full responsibility. You have my word.
We've always looked out for each other, Ominous and I. How long will the spell last? How long must Ominous stay in the tomb?
The curse is lifted already. He'll easily find his way out of the catacomb just as we did. He'll be all right, Sebastian.
I have to walk there.
When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what had to be done to get this relic. She thinks like Ominous. It'd only upset her. Oh no, this isn't good.
What is it?
Smoke, over there, by the hamlet.
The Finfield Craft.
Under attack.
From Ranrock's Loyalists.
Are you quite finished?
Accio! Incendio!
I won't.
Keep out the way! There's nowhere to go! To fight!
Keep out of the door,
Uncle, to the right!
Confringo!
Incendio! Accio!
Potato! No!
You'll not win here! Confringo! Accio! Incendio!
I'm handling it.
Accio! Incendio! Confringo! Accio!
What? Why did it pull the one way in the back? I just want this guy with the purple shield cleared.
Incendio! Accio! Incendio! Confringo!
I'll kill you when I get down from here! Stop provoking them!
I'm handling it.
I'm handling it!
Quick, the artifact.
boy! What have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperious curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
You did what you had to do.
If I have to keep proving that to my uncle, I will. He cannot banish me from my own home. From my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension a bit.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
What was he thinking?
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Sebastian and I have encountered Ranrock's loyalists before. That goblin would have killed Anne.
This family does not resort to using dark magic even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately. Why, Sebastian?
It's like a place right out of a storybook.
Where's the shopkeeper? Let's keep going on this Sebastian line. I will be right back for just a minute.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
And we're back.
Did you speak with my uncle?
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft. Nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh. That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this. I'll send you an owl when I have news.
Yeah, okay. Let's make a quick Hogsmeade trip. So we can get rid of some of our inventory.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
My father used to enchant his handmade
Take your time looking about. Plenty of wonderful books to stoke a curious mind like yours.
I'm tempted to just sell these ones too. So I think in the unidentified ones we'll have better. Get the two large.
Nothing like finding just the right thing, is there?
Not quite enough
Let
for
me
that
know
one.
If there's anything else I can do to help.
There's no denying the convenience.
Okay, so the map chamber.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. and I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is.
It
I had
is.
hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
Okay, we'll just go break into the headmaster's office.
The headmaster's office. Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
Oh, it hasn't given me the next one yet.
Handy resource indeed. Your field.
Although I thought his office had its own.
You wouldn't catch me keeping one.
Why not? I think it's nice to be able to look back on old diaries and see what you were doing in the past. Ugh. Huh.
Hello, Professor Fig.
Professor Fig, the keepers have
Get
shown
me
me where the
into
next
the
trial is.
headmaster's office.
Changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the portkey. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
The headmaster's office.
It's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. All right. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I've actually met Scrope, but I'm not sure he'll tell me. He's rather devoted to the Black family.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion.
Polyjuice
You'll
potion.
look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't Polyjuice Potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have Polyjuice Potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the Ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more. How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp, places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes.
I did?
Spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I will decide what's
I
best.
assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
Have a student deliver it.
Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable task.
I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the Ministry.
What could the headmaster want?
I kind of want to talk to him.
Gareth! Mr. Weasley! What are you doing here? Don't you have, somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor! Yes, of course. All sorts of places I'd rather be right now. Do you need something from me?
I'm looking for my house elf. Surely you've seen him?
Ah, the little one-eared fellow. I saw him heading to the Great Hall moments ago. Muttering on about your, sterling graces, sir.
I am watching you, Mr. Weasley. Mr. Redding, who owns Honeydukes, tells me some of his billywig stings recently went missing. Prime potion ingredient. And I know you fancy yourself a skilled potioneer.
What? But, sir, I haven't been anywhere near Honeydukes.
Bah! That's enough from you. Just know that I have eyes and ears everywhere. On your way, Mr. Weasley.
Well, there's one for my diary.
But I still need to talk to this person.
Open? Where are your manners?
Headmaster? Here, what could he want?
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course.
Professor, a word? Professor Black? Again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Please do.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
It seems to be avoiding me.
Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a head?
Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours.
It's the headmaster, and he's coming this way.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
As that
Not
new
visible, sir. I've seen them near the library. In fact, they help me with my heavy books.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better!
Professor?
Uh-oh.
A word, please. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor?
Leeway?
Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
He's handling secret ministry matters.
Well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Simply wonderful.
Well, thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig. I shall never understand that man.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Wait until Master sees what a wonderful job Scrope is doing.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone. Even Master himself.
You dare question me?
Dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's to do with purity of blood.
Pure blood's forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course.
I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pure.
There is another matter, Scrope. I confiscated this filthy diary from a student. It smells of squid and seawater.
Oh, Apollonia's diary. That is quite a surprise, Master. What do you wish Scrope to do with this treasure? Rubbish.
Whatever you wish, Scrope. It's your treasure. Now, off with you. The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight.
We're hiding.
I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle. Confringo. Revelio.
Hadn't come up here yet. Access the headmaster's office.
Aloha Mora.
I think I can fast travel right now. We'll start with that one.
What are you up to now?
Now it just happens every time, though.
Revelio. Revelio. The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password.
Whisper the password.
Toujours pure.
And the door opens.
I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto. Revelio.
A sorting hat.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
Very well.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? Revelio. That must be the pedestal.
And I'm off.
Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve.
That's a cool effect.
You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak. In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
Make your way through town without being seen.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
They're gone. For now. I need to get out of here. Where could Neve be? I need to time this just right. I see. A staircase straight ahead.
It's quite interesting.
Ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there. This is my chance. I'm coming, Neve. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them.
You don't see me. Turn around. He's looking at me.
More danger. There must be another way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. That doorway looks like the only thing. Closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose.
What did I get a random Wigan Weld potion for? Your journey has ended.
Closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose. That doorway looks like the only safe way forward.
He's practically staring down my neck.
Now's my chance. That's the way forward.
Use mysterious cloak.
Can this be? I think I'm invisible.
Cloak of invisibility.
They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them.
I kind of want to put the talent points into the running while cloaked.
This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Neve?
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide.
No more
Use
hiding.
the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
This is the Elder Wand. Yeah, looks like it.
I've never felt such power. Defendo! Bombarder! Defendo! Bombarder! Defendo!
I leveled up.
Bombarder! Defendo! Descendo! Depulso! Bombarder! Defendo! Descendo! Depulso! Descendo! Bombarder! Defendo! Depulso! Descendo! Defendo! Bombarder! Defendo! Depulso! Descendo! Descendo! Depulso! Defendo! Bombarder! Defendo! Depulso! Descendo! Defendo! Bombarder!
We did it! Good, fight a big one. No.
Bombarder! Defendo! Bombarder! Depulso! Descendo!
Defender, Bombarder. Depulsor, Descender, Defender.
Ah, the troll's out of my way. The troll is back.
Bombarder. Defender, Bombarder. Descender. Depulsor. Defender, Bombarder. Depulsor. Descender. Defender. Bombarder. Defender. Depulsor. Descender. Defender. Bombarder. Depulsor. Descender. Defender. Bombarder. Defender. Bombarder.
Did I get him?
Defender. Bombarder. Descender. Defender. Bombarder. Descender. Depulsor. Defender. Bombarder. Defender. Bombarder. Depulsor. Descender. Defender. Bombarder.
Is this even winnable?
Defender. Bombarder. Defender. Bombarder. Depulsor. Descender. Defender. Bombarder. Defender. Bombarder.
Ouch. I'm running out of potions here.
Defender. Bombarder. Depulsor. Descender. Defender. Bombarder. Defender. Depulsor. Bombarder. Defender.
You can move on now? Now what, the last one is the Resurrection Stone?
A simple stone. This must be for me.
That would be the Resurrection Stone.
You're far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
She's gone.
Oh, poor Neve.
Let us always... May her memory be a treasure to us forever.
Complete the Trial of the Stone.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self.
Witness her memory.
But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should.
This area is really well done. It translates really well over to this pencil
as you witness my
effect.
memory.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not...
Isn't this what we saw in the movie, the Fantastic Beasts movie?
Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some
I can't remember the name of them. It was in the first one.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in.
I think that's what
Feel
it was.
it.
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
And he'll be waiting for us in his office. Nope. Back to the map chamber.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed, was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
It was disturbing.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although, I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
Didn't see that one
It
coming.
seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your Polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
The Followed Hero achievement. Quest complete.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Prepare for your owls. Okay, I think that we are going to stop there. So let's go to this screen. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Not sure, maybe tomorrow, more than likely Tuesday. Bye.